Hey, this is Seth with In Demand Career. I show people how to get life-changing jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education. And this is my March 2025 digital marketing career walkthrough video, where I will walk you through just a handful of the thousands of open digital marketing jobs in the United States. Now, I'm going to start out with LinkedIn, but I'm also going to go over to Indeed because there are a lot of great opportunities that are on Indeed. But let's jump right into it and let's look at our first open position here, which is a digital marketing associate in Columbus, Ohio. Now, this is an on-site job, meaning they want someone who's actually going to be living in Columbus. But as I say again and again, guys, even if you don't live there, I would recommend applying. Columbus is not a big city, and the chances of them finding somebody who's competent in this skill set is not that high. The salary is a good entry-level salary, $41K to $55K a year. Again, this is only going to be attracting very, very entry-level people. Anybody who's got even a year of experience is going to be making $60K or more. So your competition, those other folks who are applying, 109 applicants, again, most of them will not have that much experience. You got to assist in the execution and monitoring of paid advertising campaigns on search engines, Google Ads, Facebook. Google Ads is the primary thing. Keyword research, optimize ad copy. They do want you to do SEO as well as PPC, and this is okay in an entry-level role. I tell people this all the time. If you're further along in your career and they're asking you to do PPC and SEO, that's kind of like saying, hey, we want a great doctor and a great lawyer to do the same job. It's not appropriate. Well, when you're in the beginning of your career, it's okay. This is a great place to get experience and to start building your confidence in your resume. And when you see right here, 1 to 3 years of experience, remember guys, I'll say this again and again, 1 year experience does not mean you actually need 1 year of experience. Even if you only have a few months from, I've shown you this in my course again and again. Students have been hired for jobs where it says you need 4 years of experience. And here's a really good example, actually. Okay, you've heard me say this again and again, but here's an actual example. Back on February 18th, my student, Andrew Larson, did this post in the Facebook group. He said, take my old job if you have some experience. This is a great company, fully remote, et cetera, et cetera. And here's the job posting. Remote, PPC specialist, campaign strategy and execution, keyword research and targeting, A/B testing, required qualifications, 3+ years of PPC experience managing campaigns. Okay, preferred qualifications, Google Ads, blah, blah. What do I always say to you guys? Again, 3+ years, not set in stone. So what happened? One of my students, Farhan, got that job. Thanks to everyone at Seth Hymes, I recently landed a marketing agency PPC specialist job. It's been approximately 2 months of job search, and it took me about 1 month to finish the course. Excited to work with this agency. This is he hasn't updated his LinkedIn yet, but this is the message I got from my student who was working at that agency. It looks like Farhan, one of your students, got my old job. He interviewed very well and beat out like 80 to 100 other submissions with about 5 very experienced PPC people who didn't have your course. So I'm telling you guys, even if you're up against more experienced people, this is happening all the time. You've seen the testimonials, years and years of these testimonials. This just happened this week. So this is still happening. So don't be intimidated. I'll say this again when we see some postings that say 3+ years, but 1 to 3 years means we are definitely open. And I like how it says basic understanding of paid advertising platform and familiarity with SEO principles. So whatever they say here about like you have to do this or you have to do that, when they say basic understanding, then or familiarity, that is code for we are welcome to entry-level people, and also the fact that they're paying $41,000 a year. That is, again, guys, I say this again and again. This is not the last salary you'll ever make. This is your first salary. So 41K is not a ton, but it's great for an entry-level job, and you can definitely move up from there. And the other thing about these types of postings, I say it again and again, guys, do not, you're welcome to click Easy Apply, but don't just do Easy Apply. Come down here, and you'll see right away careers@thiscompany.com. Email them and get in touch with this woman here when it says people you can reach out to. Be proactive. This is a good opportunity. This is an interesting one because this has an entry level and a regular paid social media buyer, which is basically Facebook ads. I looked it up. They basically do advertising for lawyers, mass tort advertising, which is like lawsuits. Here's the here's the posting, entry level paid social media buyer. You extensively study these advertising platforms, achieve certifications, or have been exposed through internships and readily launch or advance your career. You have a passion for achieving maximum results. You're proficient in Meta Business Manager. You watch KPIs, blah, blah, blah. Generate high quality leads. And so basically this is a completely entry level, it says it right there, position. This is college education in a field related to marketing. That's what's so fun. Again, guys, some of these marketing programs, they don't even mention meta ads. They literally don't. So the fact that you internship, now you've taught yourself, you've got your hands on 1 or 2 clients or run meta ads through your own experience, you're ahead of most other applicants. So this one is with a company, it's called Whitehard. And again, starting at $44K, that's definitely an entry level position. If you have a little more experience, you could apply for their actual paid social media buyer position. And I would even tell you, even if this entry level position didn't exist, I would say apply to any job that says 3 or more years of experience. It doesn't matter. I mean, look at my student. He just got hired and he had only like 3 months of experience. Okay. Here's an SEO associate position. People finders, 50 to 65K. Let's see, I didn't even open this over. The SEO associate reporting to VP of Marketing will assist in the execution of SEO strategies for our B2C websites, which include these sites here. You would definitely, when you apply to this, research the website. You could even do an audit of the website. You can at least customize your resume and your cover letter to show you've actually researched this company. Collaborate with cross-functional teams, track progress, conduct link building, support content development efforts, et cetera, and again, 1 to 3 years of SEO experience, because that's another code for this is an entry-level position. Familiarity with SEMrush, Screaming Frog, Google Tag Manager, Google Search Console, Analytics 4. You should have familiarity with all those things. I don't teach Looker Studio in the course, but again, you got like 90% of these. And when you see something in a job posting like this, Google it. Look up, what is Looker Studio? Get in there, learn about it, and then you could add that to your knowledge base. Continuously stays up to date, et cetera, et cetera. Nice to have, experience with sites that have a large volume of pages, basic understanding of user experience. You have that from the course. PTO, 401k match. They're in the growth phase. This looks like a really good remote opportunity. Yeah, and then again, go to their website and research that. Here is a digital media specialist remote at Stream Companies. We're looking for an experienced and hands-on digital media specialist to develop, manage digital media campaigns, collaborate with account management and media buying team, view analytic data, oversee and optimize campaigns. Here's what's really funny, again, about this posting. I want to see how many people, 423 applicants. Now, what do I tell you guys every single time? Do not be intimidated by that. Many of these applicants do not even have the basic understanding of digital marketing or Google Ads. But what's interesting is they didn't actually mention Google Ads in the main description here. They just talk about media buying. And media buying is a new term that I may be actually talking about that. It's just a term. It's been around for a long time, but it just means Google Ads fit Meta Ads. And it says here, experience working at advertising agency, managing retail clients, and working with Google Ads, Amazon Ads, etc. Google Ads is going to be the top thing no matter what is said here, and don't worry if you don't already have agency experience. And they put 1 to 2 years of experience in traditional digital marketing required. When they put bachelor's degree in marketing or related field, guys, I can already tell you what's happening here. Remember, marketing, I talk about this. I talk about it again and again. Every time you look at a curriculum for these poor marketing majors, I've had so many marketing majors come to me and say, I finished my degree, I can't get a job. And I say, what do you know about Google Ads or SEO or Facebook ads? And they go, what's that? They spend 4 years reading Shakespeare, learning about astronomy, taking a couple of marketing classes with principles from the 1980s, the 4 P's of marketing. They don't learn anything relevant. And companies, usually, it is not the digital marketing people, it is the human resources people who put a bachelor's degree in marketing or related field required. Absolutely idiotic, bureaucratic nonsense. So my point is, guys, don't worry if you don't have a degree in marketing. Apply for a job like this, because again, these poor people at this company have got 423 bad resumes, I'd say. Or let's be generous. Let's say 20% of these are good. So that would be about, they'd have 80 out of 423 being good resumes. I don't even think it's probably that many. Don't be intimidated. You can get a job like this. Here's a program specialist SEO at REI. Now this is kind of cool because it's REI, which is a big company. But one of the reasons I was drawn to this was for exactly what you would imagine: 64.6K to 103K. That shows that it's, again, they would like somebody who has experience, but they are open to somebody with less experience. And sure enough, 1 to 3 years of experience in e-commerce, publisher related websites, 1 to 3 years of experience in executing an SEO strategy at enterprise scale. Enterprise scale, you guys aren't going to have that from the course. You're not working with multi-million-dollar companies. But normally, if this thing up here said 5 years experience, $103,000 a year, I'd probably say skip that one and move on to the next one. But because it says 64K, because it says 1 to 3 years of experience, that is indicating from the employer that they are open to people who have the basic knowledge and experience and a great attitude. Funny enough, you guys, if you're in my course, reach out to Ken if you're applying to REI. This is awesome. Ken is one of my original students from like 2017. And I got to follow up with him. But look at us. We have messages going back 2017, just following up with him. And he started out his career in Denver. I guess he's moved to Seattle. That's amazing. So I didn't even realize that. But you can reach, if you're in the course, reach out to Ken about this. And again, don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated. I've had students get jobs at bigger companies than REI with very little experience. Here is a digital marketing specialist at Kindred Bravely, 60 to 65K a year. They're looking for a data-driven and innovative digital marketing specialist. We have an amazing team of 50 people all over the world. This is to do with support moms with great breastfeeding and maternity clothes, exceptional customer care, and encouraging content. That's a pretty cool company. We're looking for someone who's exceptional at whatever they do. You proactively seek to solve puzzles, find solutions, and uncover new opportunities. That is great. And again, when you see this kind of language in a job posting, that means they're not just looking for dollars and cents, like black and white. They want your personality. They want to see somebody who is a problem solver. They would probably be impressed that you have taken it upon yourself to learn digital marketing. And of course, you do need to have the knowledge to develop, implement, optimize Google Ads, Meta Ads. Pinterest, this is interesting because they're targeting moms. I can see why Pinterest would be a thing because Pinterest tends to have more of a female audience. So you could, look, for a job like this, you could do get on YouTube and just look up Pinterest marketing and take a tutorial, and then you can add it to at least your knowledge base, and of course TikTok. But I'm telling you, the top ones that you can apply with are Meta and Google Ads. Bachelor's degree, I said it again, ignore that. Ignore it. I tell you, when somebody's interviewing someone and they hear they have a degree and they realize they don't know anything, it's a big turnoff. They're going to be much more excited by you and your experience than that person's degree. 2+ years of experience. Again, don't worry about it. And the other thing I like to do, as you know, is Google. So I did Google this company, and it's a real company. And this is their website. I would apply to position here through Breezy. You could apply using LinkedIn. You can apply using Indeed. I definitely suggest using their website because I think there's probably very few people actually go through to their actual website. Here is a digital marketing operations specialist at Ensono. This is 401k, dental insurance, health insurance, blah, blah, blah. Purpose is to be a relentless ally, disrupting the status quo. That's really funny because I really don't know what they do. They achieve key business outcomes. I don't quite know what they do, but they're looking for a digital marketer. Campaign setup and management, which is going to be Google Ads, maybe some LinkedIn, but most companies are still using Google Ads more than LinkedIn. Ad copy and creative management, bachelor's degree in marketing or related. If you got someday, guys, it's happening. Everything's changing in the world. Someday, this stupid bachelor's degree requirement will go away. It's a leftover thing. You can forget about it if you don't have a degree in these topics. 2 years of experience in paid media, passion for results, analytical skills. It says basic understanding of metrics like TTR, CPC, and conversion rates, basic understanding of lead capture projects. Guys, it's so funny. If you have 2 years of experience in paid media, you should have a basic understanding of CTR, CPC, and lead capture. That's why I think, again, don't take these job postings too seriously. Don't be intimidated. Apply and own the experience you've gotten in the course, and you have a really good chance. I am going to keep showing you this message from Andrew about how Farhan got interviewed very, very well and beat out all these other more qualified people. I don't want you guys to forget about that. I did Google and Sono. I found their job posting page here. It's got the same thing there. I think you can apply right on their website. I would do both. Do it on Indeed, or actually, I think that I actually don't have an account here. Maybe this page takes you to this page, but I just Googled it. Get into the habit of Googling these companies and learning about them. And this is interesting. It's got a very, very healthy pay. We'll call it for 2 years of experience, which is really encouraging, but I would still apply. Absolutely, I would definitely apply for this one. Here's a paid media specialist. This is interesting too. Also very, very healthy salary, 72 to 90K. But again, only 2+ years of experience. And what did I tell you guys? I mean, I just literally showed you a posting where a student got hired for a posting that said you need, where is it? Where the posting said you need 3 years of experience. And he had like 3 months of experience. So again and again, I'm just gonna keep repeating it. 2 years experience, I would still apply. You're a self-starter, you work independently, you understand media measurement system like Google Tag Manager, Google Ads. Again, you may not actually know these other programmatic platforms like Demand-Based, 6 Sense, etc. But Google Ads, you should know a lot about. If you don't know it, if you're seeing jobs that say LinkedIn ads, then just take a quick YouTube course or LinkedIn learning course about LinkedIn ads. Most people, Google Ads is the main skill set they're going to be bringing in, the most important thing. Unlimited paid time off, gym membership, blah, 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 and it's got this really good salary range. But I still would apply for it, click apply. I Googled it, check out, make sure it's a legit company. It is. Here's the job posting here. You can apply right on their website. And guys, you never know. I was saying today in a call I did, I got one of my best jobs ever in my career because I applied for a senior position and I didn't get it. But then they said, hey, you know what? We have a junior position open. Do you want that? And I said, yes. So don't be intimidated. Here's a search marketing specialist in Henderson, Nevada, Red Dog Media. Now this is, that almost looks like a typo, 60K to 250K. That's kind of, I want to understand what this is. Okay, so this is, LinkedIn pulled the data incorrectly, but it says 60 to 90K a year. So this is not a remote position, but we are interested in every qualified candidate who's eligible to work in the United States. That's kind of funny, right? It's like, well, it's not remote, but we'll entertain people everywhere. It could mean that they're basically going to try to lure you to come to Henderson. And as I've said, first of all, it could become remote. You never know. Second of all, you could move. I've had students who've moved to get jobs. But as it says, our salary range is based on a variety of factors, including experience and cultural fit assessment. So basically, it's saying here that there's a lot of opportunities to level up. You can, when you get to a senior role, you get to 110K, you can get up to 250K, maximize profitability, ownership over profit and loss for pay-per-click campaigns, data integrity, testing, and experiments. And when you see 60K, they're basically saying, like, we kind of want someone with more experience. We're open to somebody with less experience. And then it's got a little inside, day in the life video. Marketing specialist, don't worry about the bachelor's degree, let your experience speak for itself. Solid knowledge of Google Ads, you have that. If you've done everything in the course, you have a knowledge of Google Ads editor, Google Analytics, Bing Ads. I've told you guys I would definitely just learn Bing Ads because it's exactly the same as Google Ads. Pay-per-click marketing experience. You guys have that from the course, and it talks to you about your first 30, 60, and 90 days. So I would check this out, guys. If you're on LinkedIn, Red Dog Media, check out their website. And what this says to me, it says, I knew this was going to be the case. It says, we're fortunate to have incredible opportunities on the horizon. So basically, this is more likely they are basically putting out the feelers because they're going to have things open up. Let me see here. I don't want to apply here. I'm going to do Red Dog Media, Henderson, Nevada, and I'm going to go over here. But again, it's okay if you apply to a job. Remember I did a video about how it's a fake job posting. It's not. It's because these companies are always hiring, and you want to get on their radar, and you want to meet somebody there. Reach out to them on LinkedIn. They may not have an open job at this time, but there's obviously. Here's marketing analyst, paid search marketing analyst. So these jobs are open. But you can go right to their website and apply right on the website. There it is, Red Dog Media. Check that one out. Here is a paid media marketer at Chatterbuzz. It is a data-driven, digital-first creative digital marketing agency, Orlando, Florida, on-site role paid media marketing Chatterbuzz. Create and execute paid media strategies, search engine, and pay-per-click marketing, which is Google Ads. Managing budgets, analyzing performance, strong analytic problem-solving skills, etc. Now, it starts at $58K. Again, this is a great entry-level position. I would reach out to this guy. I would go and Google this agency and connect with them directly. You know, they've had it up for 5 days. Only had 109 applicants, and they're using Easy Apply. Now remember, Easy Apply always gets a ton of applications because look how easy it is. You just click the button. So that says to me they actually haven't even gotten that many applicants. Even if you don't live in Orlando, I would definitely apply for this. You just, again, you never know if something can become, you can make a good connection, something could become remote down the road. This one I thought was interesting because it's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I'm just telling you guys, South Dakota is a very small state. There are not many people there. Electric account managers play a pivotal role in onboarding new clients. Experience as an account manager, digital project manager, experience with SEO, marketing, CRM, PPC, Google Ads. I'm telling you, out of all the different skill sets up there, Google Ads is still the most valuable one. Paid time off, healthcare, etc. Now this is interesting because it says hybrid, but I mean, guys, it's in South Dakota. I can't tell you how few people live in South Dakota. Nothing wrong. In fact, it was a place I was considering moving because I like being in nature without too many people. My point is, Google the company, get in touch with them directly, let them know, that you have these skill sets, and I don't think they're going to have too many people to choose from. So, again, when you see an opportunity in a small town like this, definitely give it a shot. This one's interesting because it looks like this is a job board and recruitment service for paid media specialists. Now, I don't know that much about the company, but I looked at their website, and it looks like this could be a good company to connect with, or connect with this guy Dimitri and see what's up. 34 to 40 hours, $34 an hour, paid search contract to hire. And what's funny is all it says is launch, build, and optimize PPC campaigns, Google and Microsoft ads, analyze and optimize, collaborate with teams on ad creatives, and it's remote. And it says here if you have 1 to 4 years PPC experience. So right there again, 1 to 4 years. That's a huge gap, guys. That's like saying we want a freshman in high school versus a senior in high school. It's like so different. So that means again, if you've come out of the course, definitely apply for a job like this, even if it says 1 to 4. But the fact that they even put 1 year experience means they're open to people with less experience. Okay, here is a marketing associate position, entry level at Data Bento, remote, 60 to 80K a year. Financial industry is growing at a record pace, but our data providers are still stuck in the past. That's awesome. I love it when a startup is making things more efficient. It is a next generation market data provider. We power the world's largest finance and fintech institutions. And it's cool, guys, when you apply to a job, especially if it's not an agency, but like a private company like this, or if it's an agency, but especially like this, and you can research their company, kind of get their vision, include it in your cover letter, let them know that you research them and that you care about what they're doing. So it says lead or co-lead social media on LinkedIn and X, including valuable short-form posts. I wouldn't even worry about that. Where it says improve the company's SEO and SEM strategy. Okay, so this happens a lot, guys. It's like, it's not an optimal job posting when they mix these things up. But I'm teaching you guys to be the authority and be confident. So this is a separate job, doing social media stuff. And honestly, it's not that valuable of a skill set, doing organic posts. And honestly, they should have a separate content creator expert to do this type of thing, okay? So normally I would say if you see a job and it was just this, I would say skip it. But they say improve the company's SEO and SEM strategy. That is the main thing. That's like saying we want to hire the world's best surgeon and he should also know how to, be a welder. Or how to do, I'm trying to think of something else, be a truck driver. I don't know. Some other skill set that's not quite as advanced, I guess what I'm saying. That's no shade. I don't mean to throw shade on truck drivers or anything. I'm just trying to say that, So you come in, and if you apply, you highlight your Google Ads experience. Maybe if you've done any, you could, if you have experience with any content creation, throw it at the bottom. But in the cover letter, you talk about it, and know that this is what they're really going to struggle with. They could go on Fiverr right now and find somebody to do posting, like social media posts on X. They're not going to be able to go out there and easily find somebody who's really good and capable in Google Ads. And what I like here is it says 0 to 2 years of internship, learning in areas like SEO, digital marketing, growth marketing, social media, PR. We will likely reject those with too many years of experience as it's meant to be a salary position. That's kind of funny. I've never seen that before, but that's great. You guys, you have no excuse not to apply for this. And it's funny because entry level, it's still $60K. That's really, really good. A natural interest in posting, engaging frequently with our community. Okay, so it's clearing here that they want someone who's gonna do social media stuff. So again, I would lead with the Google Ads stuff and the SEO stuff and let them know. I mean, you can even say, if you get an interview with these guys, say, look, my expertise and my interest is Google Ads, SEO. That's where your lead generation is gonna be. That's where I think that's where there's actually more value in generating leads. And then, maybe you could do some posting on these on X or on LinkedIn, but realistically, you could even say you could outsource that for very, very little. It's not worthy of, they're gonna get a better value out of you as an employee by paying you to do the Google Ads stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm just trying to inspire you to, learn, to put yourself out there and have like engaging, dynamic conversations with these companies. By the way, this is an internship. Again, this kind of illustrates what I'm saying. So again, I don't know how good or bad this opportunity is going to be, but their internship is going to have assisting with social media on LinkedIn and X. And again, if you have an internship where they're having you post on LinkedIn and X, that's not what we focus on. This is what we focus on, improving the SEO and SEM strategy. And just be aware of that in the interview. And you can even ask them, what is your goal, guys? Ask them in the interview, why do you care about LinkedIn and X? First of all, if they already have a big following on LinkedIn or X, then they should have a dedicated social media manager, which is a separate thing. But the thing is, they're not going to generate new leads as powerfully or as quickly as they are through SEM, Google Ads, and good SEO as well, although SEO is longer term. So you'd ask them, be like, what is your goal? If your goal is to get leads, let me focus on Google Ads and SEM. And honestly, a company like this that's a startup, they will applaud your initiative rather than just being like, oh, I can do whatever you want. Share your knowledge and experience in the fact that you're actually an expert and you know which one of these is more important. Okay, that's the end of my lecture on that. Here is a digital strategist at MatchNode, 60K, 401K, passionate about digital health performance marketing. Ideal candidate will be developing into a leader in digital marketing career. I like it. Okay, so it says will be developing into a leader in their digital marketing career with experience across Meta Ads, Google Ads, GA4. And it's funny because it says strong interest in a career in digital marketing, communication skills, customer service, which is really funny because it didn't mention at the top like anything really hardcore technical skill sets. Proficiency in Google Docs. This is very strange posting. Hands-on strategy. This is the real important thing. Work from anywhere. We connect digitally every day and get together 3 to 4 times a year. This sounds like a good company. I went over to MatchNode, just remember Google the company. I clicked, the job is actually there. You can apply now. I would apply here and on Indeed. And again, if you're in the course, be honest. You do have a strong interest in a career in digital marketing and show them what you've done. Ooh, and they work with the Chicago Bulls and LendingTree. I like that. Share all the stuff you've done in the course, and I'm sure you will stand out from all the other people who are applying to this position. Because again, the language is very interesting because they're saying 3 years of experience, but the language they're using is really entry level. So I would definitely check this one out. This one, we're wrapping this up. I think I've been talking for a few minutes. This is an interesting one, SEO content specialist. Now this is website content, and this is one of the areas where AI is making a big difference. That doesn't mean it's eliminating content jobs. Obviously, look, they're hiring a content specialist, but you're going to be using AI tools. You might be using Jasper AI, you might be using Claude, you might be using Grok, you might be using ChatGPT. Definitely become a huge part of the workflow. But you still need to understand the basics of on-page SEO. Passionate about search engine optimization, at least 2 years of SEO experience, communication skills, blah, blah, blah. No, they don't care. And then it's funny because this one said we will ignore applications that not have at least 1 to 2 years of experience. And I thought I'd put it up there and say, guys, I would apply anyway. Just do it. Even it's a good practice, it's a good habit. If you don't have 1 to 2 years of experience, so what? It's almost like, okay, I know I'm going to get rejected. I'm going to do it anyway. It's a great exercise to help you overcome that fear. It kind of annoys me. What you could also do is come over here to, oh yeah, so here's what happened. That's what I was going to say that. And I like how it says broad understanding of WordPress and their company and certifications, blah, blah, blah. I'm just telling you guys, these guys are not going to get too many people who have that much experience. Although the pay is definitely very good for a position with only 2 years of experience. So anyway, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, well, what other jobs do they have? So I went and I Googled their agency and I found this online advertising specialist. They say they're a social media marketing agency, but basically it says here, passionate about digital marketing services, excellent communication, basic math skills, general understanding of Facebook, Google ads, and Bing ads. Okay. This and 1 to 2 years experience required. Again, especially for this one, I would still apply if you've done the Google ads assignments in the course. And this is not the case. Any company, guys, I just want to encourage you, even if they don't apply to you. I mean, I interviewed last week, who was it? Jordan, 19 years old when he got his first job. He did dozens of interviews. Nobody cared if he had a degree. If there are agencies that are still sticking to this, they are the stupid ones, okay? They are the ones that are outdated. They are the ones that are backwards, not you. And I just keep telling you that because I know when you see this, you don't have a degree, you might be like, oh, I shouldn't apply. Apply. You are in the right. They are not. And it's going to be proven in the applications. It always happens. You always get all these graduates, they don't know anything, and you, even if you don't have a degree, know a lot more than them. So this position looks a little more enticing to me. So, guys, this is my walkthrough video for March. I'm ending on this really great message from Andrew to re-inspire you. Again, just happened, beat out 80 to 100 other submissions and 5 very experienced PPC people. So he beat out people who had more experience than him because he had great interviewing skills, great cultural fit, and the knowledge he got from the course. So take that as an inspiration, guys. If you haven't already seen my webinar, please go click the link below, digitalcareerblueprint.com. I teach you about this career where you can get a $60,000 a year career with no previous experience or education within 1 year. Digital marketing, you know, the economy is slowing down, definitely slower than it was a couple of years ago, but it's going to speed up again, and there are still thousands of these jobs. There are still so many companies. We live in a country in the USA that has like a $30 trillion economy. If you live in Europe, you live in Australia, if you live in Canada, there's jobs all over the place. And if you have questions, feel free to message me, Seth at digitalcareerblueprint.com. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave comments or questions below, and I will see you in the next video.